finish your trip to the new town. It's a small town. There's basically a small tavern. There is a blacksmith and let's see, and a general store and some houses. Basic.
You said it was a quarry too?
There's a huge quarry at the southern end of the town. So you guys have managed to tie up the hyenas outside because they wouldn't let the animals in. The bear bat is hiding in the cart currently.
I walked in myself.
Yep. So
No, it's just, how are you hiding in a cart? You're a giant bear with wings.
well, it's a covered. All right. So last we found a covered cart.
Okay.
Just discarded out in the on the way, and they took the cover, put it on our cart. So now we have a covered cart. They also stole things, pretty much everything inside the cart. So there's that. Stole the thing. I believe there was a helmet we got to look at that was retrieved because you guys got knocked around by a trap. So we've got that, and we are currently in the town. We had just discovered outside the tavern, which is named the Pony Trick, is the name of the tavern, just so you guys have seen that. And it's a nice little sign up top. Perfect little creaky wooden sign with a pony, rearing back on it. So that's the name of the tavern. And just outside, you find a cart with a bunch of crates on it, which is where you found the Drow's cloak. And that is all you found of the Drow. So the Drow is now on the loose. It is currently evening, and you are in the town of Granville.
Okay. And just to update you, since you were here last week, I did a search.
Any damage taken by the trap is healed.
Chest with the trap.
Definitely just got blown out the back of the cart by like a trapped chest. Yeah, literally, like wings folded in straight out the back. So we're all standing outside the tavern. It's evening time. The guards are sparse, very few between. And everyone that is currently near our cart, it's beginning to shake and beginning to rumble. And you can tell, actually, Jeremiah, still outside the tavern.
And this is the cart that the Drow had.
No, this is the cart. This is our cart. So
Which is still back in the woods outside the town.
No, we brought the cart because it's got the bear rat in it.
Okay, so we did bring
the cart in.
The cart into the town.
Yeah, the hyenas are tied up outside.
Okay.
So I'm guessing I've wild shaped out so I can go inside.
You're a human, or you're a druid at this point. Yeah.
Okay. So I still have more stuff to do to search for on the Drow's cart if we're.
Okay. Yeah, you go ahead and do that. You can tell. I will say you can tell the bear bat bear. I don't know what.
He's getting
colloquially. Yeah, he's getting restless at this point. As you guys are outside, discussing the next things, you can tell the sun is starting to set. You notice off towards the west of town. You guys came in the east gate. So in the west to southwest, you'll see the large warehouse. This is a fairly large warehouse. It's probably one of the bigger, if not the biggest buildings in town. And you can see from where you are, it's decorated in banners and stone statues, much nicer than anything in town as well. The banners along the outside were a bronze color with a silver pick hammer in the center. Go ahead and roll a d20, everyone. Let's do a history check. Knowledge check, I guess.
I have Arcana too, so I get
17.
Plus
I thought history was just history.
Yeah, it's just history. There's nothing magical. You're just looking for knowledge.
14.
16. I got the perfect roll. 4.
I got a 17.
Jerry, you gonna roll? 14. So let's see. You guys are unfamiliar with the sigil. You guys are unfamiliar with the
Even
sigil.
with the 17.
It is a newer
Sigil.
situation on this continent anyway. So you guys it's not the Flaming Fist anymore. It's not the Harpers or whatever. It's not, it's not them.
I got you.
Much like B's religion issue. The religions are a little bit different than they are on the mainland. So again, as you guys are standing outside, evening starting to set, you notice that the gates to the south that open down into a ramp, the wooden gates are, you see some big, dusty, dirty dwarves out there that are trying to pull it closed. And at that point, the back of the wagon or the back of the cart flings open. The fake, little things that we propped up to make it look like bars are gone, and everyone is startled as the bearbat jumps out of the cart and hauls it straight towards the gate to the south. Would anybody like to do anything at this point?
Shoot. I was gonna buy food, now I don't get the chance to.
So what happened?
Out of character, I don't think it's really a big deal. I mean, if he's running towards the gate, everybody in the town's going to think, "Oh, there's a wild animal," but it's going into the woods, so who cares?
Well, it's an in operation quarry and mine. That the south gate opens up down into the mining and quarry area. So the bearbat has taken off. The guards roll a d20.
Guards are probably jumping out of the way.
Me?
No.
It says 7, but it's on the crack.
Go ahead and re-roll it. It's cocked on the cracker. 12. Okay, so you don't draw any attention from the guards. There's a few townspeople and definitely a few dwarves at the gate that hear you bounding towards them because it's not a very large, a huge town. It's big enough to where they can hear the rumble and the.
I pull out my violin and start playing.
That's fine. So we have a violin in the background.
A jaunty tune.
A jaunty tune. Oh, it's kind of like one of those old shows, like where they're all running after each other. So is everyone following the bearbat?
I mean, I'm untying my hyenas and chasing the bear.
The hyenas are already tied up outside. You're inside.
Well, I'm following the bear. Oh, the hyenas are the hyenas outside of town?
Yeah,
They're outside of town.
See, I thought they were just outside and in.
No, they wouldn't let the guards would not allow them in.
Gotcha.
So,
That's why we had to hide the bear.
right. There's a lot of stuff you missed when. So, in order to bring him in, we had to make it look like he was caged up.
Mm-hmm.
So we had the cover. on the
I got
back.
that when he said you made bars.
We took sticks, some deadfall from outside in the woods, and put them down, and because it's covered, right? So the only part you can see is the very back of the cart. So once he was in there, we just put sticks on there so it looks like bars.
Yeah.
To somebody who's just looking at it, oh yeah, there's a caged bear. So that way that he was okay to bring him in. We
Okay.
couldn't bring the wild hyenas in.
and he's running in the opposite direction of the hyenas.
Right.
Right. So you would have come in the east gate. As you walked in to the south is a lower area with a large circular-esque quarry stone-looking area, and that's where the bear is booking it straight to the gate. The dwarves pulling the gate closed, the two of them, the rest are off, in the warehouse, getting the warehouse finished up for the evening, have jumped out of the way, and they're like, no, as this large bear is running towards them. So what is the group doing? Because I know where the bear's going.
Where is the bear?
The bear's going towards the quarry. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of want to go grab the hyenas if we have to fight, but I also don't know how well they'll be able to fight in a quarry.
There is no outside entrance to said quarry, like viably entrance.
Theoretically, I've seen a rabbit at this point.
I could stop the bear, but I think right now I'm not sure of the importance of stopping the bear because
That turns into the big fucker.
I think we sort of know that because he listens when we tell him stuff that he's somewhat intelligent, so he's not just some wild animal running around.
Right.
I think my character would be of the mindset
Copyright.
that like maybe he's got to use the bathroom.
Right.
Maybe he's got to take a shit in the woods, or maybe he's going to use the quarry as a bathroom. So I think my character is just going to. I'm standing outside this tavern. I think I'm going to go in and see if anybody wants to gamble.
Okay.
See if people know anything. Maybe they saw the drow when she was here. What can they tell me? I'm just going to go in the tavern and make friends with people and say,
So
hey.
Hector has gone into the tavern. He's going to have himself a lovely evening. What is
I'm gonna have a
the?
pint of beer.
That's fine. What is their Aarakocra doing?
Gold.
Following the bear?
I think Surik is more of a person that likes to commune with the
Don't
like.
bother with my hyenas.
And before I go in, I'm just going to say, hey, if something important happens,
Affinity artifact creature level control have minutes.
Sure.
At the beginning of my Mystara,
Come get me. I mean, right now I'm.
So,
like,
what are you
maybe
doing?
gotta take a shit.
Before I run off, I'm gonna ask
Could
you
I make
if
an
you
insight
come
check
to
to see if
bring the
the
hyenas with you.
quarry would be
Because I'm
of
gonna leave them
importance
out
right now?
I'm not
Yeah,
sure they
yes,
listen
yes,
to
you
me.
can.
That is true.
I would love for you to.
They
do
love
that.
food.
And I'd probably have to go outside the town and then come back through the town into the quarry
See,
gate.
I don't know. Shit,
I thought
it's probably
about
not
going to get
useful.
the hyenas.
It is, right? I
and
got a 4.
Wild shaping
four?
into the
Okay,
bear,
no.
just
It's
probably
scare
not
the shit out of
useful.
everybody.
From
The
from what you
hyenas
can
back.
see, it is not. I will let you fly up and try again.
Okay.
So do a so you're trying to scope out the area and see what what you can see.
What could be drawing me?
Right. So do it and then do a D6 for advantage
I got a 12.
or whatever. So
You said a D6?
yeah, D6 to add just a little bit of because you're in the air. You can see it's evening.
Do you need a 6?
No, I probably.
I just got some out here.
I guess
There you
I'll
go.
run
I have one.
after,
It's
the
just-
bear.
I'm not going
Okay.
for it right now. 5.
Okay, so you fly up enough to notice
Oh, it's a six.
That's a 6.
to
I
notice.
don't know how to read. You know that.
All right, so you're good. So you fly up enough, and you see as the druid and the ASMR take off after the bear, that the quarry it has this ramp in this heading down towards it, and then goes underground. And the general shape of the quarry itself is a little unusual. It's extremely circular and looks not man-made originally. Like
It's like natural.
yeah, it's like
And they
they
just kind of like
they
advanced on it.
found
Like,
it
yeah.
almost. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we'll leave it at that for right now.
Okay. Could I make can I see the bear up flying?
Yeah, you can see it running towards the gate, and the little dwarves
So
are
he's
like,
going to
"No."
the quarry.
Yeah, he's heading that way.
Is this on my turn?
Yeah, I mean
Okay.
you're in the air. Do you want to fly down and join them? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I feel like at this point I would be interested.
Okay. All right, so you fly down and join them. Exor is in the tavern having a
He's
lovely
doing
evening.
intel. He's doing research.
And the bear has
I'm
bolted.
asking questions, I'm trying to find out what's going on.
Okay, so
We know him as an old man, so it makes sense to us.
right,
Yeah.
so the bear bat bursts through the gate just before it closes, knocking it open. The dwarves are cursing in some kind of foul underling language that most of you probably don't recognize, but they're very obviously unhappy and have as the ASMR is the last one into the quarry past the gate. You can clearly see that. Actually, go ahead and roll a d20.
Alrighty.
Let's see. Let's see if you can see.
Well, I have dark vision.
Well, it's not that. It's just something to see if you notice something.
Am I adding to it anything?
Well, what is it?
It is a 7.
You can add a d6.
Small
Three, four, five.
fuck ton of D6s.
My black of 8.
All right, so
Yeah.
so you at least noticed that the dwarves that were very shocked by the large bear have begun to flag and wave over, or at least wave at their comrades
Alright.
as you guys run past them. And what you witness is the bear basically just running full sprint as fast as he can into this cavern, which is this arched opening that's been dug out. Basically been running, so it's going into the ground. As you get in, it's a dark mess, but it is lit on the inside by lanterns as you go every so far. We'll say every 20-30 feet there's a lantern. So it branches to the right, branches to the left. Which way does the bear go?
Can I figure that out?
You can just pick which one,
You said right or left?
right or left.
On the outside, when you're looking at the thing, is there any higher structures this way or higher hills this way or whatever?
No, from the outside it's just this circular area and then into the ground.
In your hand?
I'll take it right.
Okay. All right, so you go right.
First room's a diving, stay left.
Everybody follows. That one goes fine. You come up to a few moments later. You come to an open area that is boxed out, dug out, clearly edited, and it branches a couple different directions, but you can tell again that they are definitely have been in there. It's got supports, beams. You see some mining carts, and you can tell that the cart trail, the track goes off to the left and goes up the thing beside you, up the way back out. So the cart will go left, but there is a direction you can go to the right here as well. Roll a d20 for the bear's senses. 5. You would have advantage because you have senses. You're using your echolocation situation. So roll again, and roll a d20 again, and you'll just pick the best one.
18.
18. That's better. So you after stopping for a second, peg it right, and you're back down the right thing. So
Right and right.
yeah, you're going right and right. So, and again, as you're going, you notice it's climbing down and down and down. Everybody follows. You get to the next split, which is wide open, cut out archway, heading one way where you see smaller crates, and you can tell that at the far end there are slight sparkles, in the wall, and you can tell there's a buckets on the ground of what looks like some kind of maybe possibly iron or copper or something like that. It's clearly some type of
Metal.
yeah, it's some type of mineral that they're mining. So, but that's to the left. Off to the right is a blocked off section with beams across it. Simple beams put up with a gate that says "Do not cross." We'll say in a language that's obviously clear because of the yellow and black painting that's on it. So you can tell you're not supposed to go that way. Roll for senses on this one. 19. So you clearly want to go right. So that is where you will go. You will bust through using your claws, bust through the beam, and you will continue to haul ass down into the darkness, further down at a higher slope at that point. The rest of you slide to a stop outside this area and know that the bear is going down. Again, there's a mineral outlet and a place on the left here.
No, I don't.
You don't know?
No, I do not stop.
You do not? Okay. You do not stop. You're going to go follow the bear?
Yep.
Or you're going to follow the bear to the right?
He will bark. He's busted through it. I didn't see anything that
Okay.
blatantly said, no, don't go in here because he busted through
Oh,
it.
that's true. He busted through it. Yeah, you're right. Okay, cool. Okay.
Can he fly?
Yeah, technically, yes.
Technically, yeah. Probably not.
He has to cast a spell,
yeah.
I think, to fly.
It's,
I just know you have the
Um,
wings, so that's why I was.
Okay, so
Why did you get a feat?
Shin and Surik, you
Feature,
guys
sorry.
notice as you go
Racial
past,
feature.
you notice this alcove with these jars and crates and things. Do you stop or do you continue to run?
You mentioned the materials. It's a material I haven't seen before, so I was wondering, is there any material just laying about free? I don't need a pickaxe or anything to get.
Right, there is small buckets. Looks like they've already mined for the day. Maybe they're bringing it up tomorrow.
Is he human?
He's human right now, yeah.
So he's not. He's not.
Well, I'm wood elf.
You're elf.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
I have dark vision up to 60 feet.
Okay. The reason I'm asking
And
is
this is-
if he has the ability to detect traps.
And this
So
is
he's seeing stuff and touching stuff,
And
and
this is
I want to
definitely
make
a
sure that
working-
he is.
Nope.
It's
I just touched up.
and this
it's a
is-
working, like
this
they
is a
work.
working mind.
Yeah, it's
That-
working mind.
Taking that would be theft.
That is something too.
So I'm assuming everyone's cleared out of here because they've been scared to
yeah,
shit by the
it's
Jedi.
well, it's also it's the end of the day. They were
Then,
shutting it up. So
how many buckets are there?
we'll say 3 buckets,
Don't get
all
us ran out of
full, maybe about a foot tall. I mean, it looks like they're going to get carried out the next day.
How heavy would they be?
Oh, a bucket full of copper.
I mean, I have a
ore.
strength of 9.
I mean, they would. You might could carry one with you. I mean,
I would like to. It would take me a couple trips, but I'd like to hide all 3 buckets behind some rocks where they're not visible, if that's possible.
that. Go ahead and roll a d20. Let's see if you can manage your strength.
18.
8. Yeah.
Which
you do.
technically I have a -1, so 17.
All right. So what happens is, as you guys are running, B, do you keep running or do you keep running after the bear or do you stop? Shin slides to a stop, and he notices off to his left all the stuff.
And I have another bear to help me carry.
If you would be listening, it's ore
Listen, he
and
wants
other.
it,
It's
okay?
like whole buckets of basically copper
I'm stealing the
ore
ore for you.
or
Peter.
tin ore, the stuff to make copper.
Don't get us
like
I'm
I'm
going
stealing.
out.
I'm gonna try to steal the ore and bring it.
Okay, so you're gonna keep running.
He
That's
doesn't.
fine.
He just said it's a
So-
glowing ore.
You
Bad.
it's some type of.
Don't get us ran out of town.
It's probably not like I think that's something you have to make with ore. I think I'm incorrect.
I'm still hiding it.
But that's fine. You can hide it. We'll figure it out later.
And then I chase the bear.
Okay, so now the new order is the ASMR, which is you, Lawrence. No, wait. What's your name? Xander St. Laurent. Zurich, and then the Ultra Shin coming up at the rear. So, at the very, very bottom of this, you finally all get there. It's a natural. You can tell by the looks of it. Obviously, some of you that have dark vision, it is lit inside with 2 torches on each side. It's a fairly circular, domed area.
Kind of like a coliseum with no seats.
Well, it's basically like you just walked into like a natural cavern,
Yeah.
like under a cave. So there's stalagmites and stalactites, water dripping from the ceiling. You know, it's just a basic underground cavern. What you do notice as everyone's slowed to the stop, they're getting their breath. Everybody, well, you 3 roll a d20 for perception.
17.
17, so very good. It's pretty good.
I mean, I got hit by a giant fireball earlier. I need to make up for it.
Okay, so that's all good. So you can all notice that it's not entirely just this cavern. There are clear, what appear to be danger signs. Red shows rocks on it
What
falling
language are
down.
they in? Dwarvish?
It would be in probably common just because it's a common town, but it's again they would be more of like here's a sign, so you can figure it out, like deer crossing.
Okay.
It's rocks on a sign with big exclamation points. So it's clear that that's why it's blocked off. They don't want people going in there.
Potential landslide.
Right. It could be a cave in. It could be any type of situation like that. So what happens at that point is you all notice that the bearbat is pacing around one of the walls to the right, pacing back and forth.
Gotta be like cautious.
No, he's kind of just, he's sniffing, he's sensing things. The bear is, and everything goes quiet for a second, and the bear rears up on its hind legs and just strikes as hard as it can with one of his claws at the wall. All you see is dust and particles coming off. Nothing at that point. The bear rears up, does it again with the left one, and that time, more dust, more rocks. Some of the rocks are starting to come off from the ceiling that's above you, but a light emerges from the claw marks in the wall, and what you see is a shining, shimmering blue light from the scratches in the wall. The next one, the bear does it again, a right claw swipe to the wall, and what you see is sparks come off of his hand, come off of the claws that time. At that point, the area around you becomes extremely unstable. You can tell some of the stuff starting to fall. More slab pieces crash to the ground, causing the dirt and dust to come up. And you can hear the bear growl. And you can tell just by the dust and the smoke, the bear's reared up, hits it one more time, and causes the biggest sections to collapse at this point. More slabs. You guys are in there covering. I need you 3 to make D20s to see if you get hurt in the thing.
16.
Dexterity check.
More or less, yeah.
That's gonna be a solid 15 from me, my dude.
Solid 15. So
I got a 5.
yeah. So
It's okay. I can wild shape and just gain a whole bunch of health.
You twist your ankle.
I twist my ankle and a rock hits my head.
So Shin, we'll say you take 5 from a falling slab.
Big chunk of
But I'm
damage.
at like 26.
It's also very
Causing a cave in.
yeah. He's active. The bear's actively causing what appears to be a cave in. So you have dark. Who said they had dark vision? Okay, so awesome. You have dark vision, but the cavern is filled with this dust and particles. You guys are smoking, or not smoking, coughing. Yeah, you guys are smoking, but you guys are coughing. You're hacking, and then you.
I mean,
die here,
my
I may as
character
well.
probably sounds like I do right now.
And then you hear this noise. The bear is growling and huffing and growling, and then the noise changes. The noise changes and blends to
Did we just find the avatar?
hold on. Let me paint this. The noise that you're
see a
hearing
pink
goes
rose.
growling, huffing, breathing, to a more mechanical, clicking, clacking, whirring noise. And from inside the dust, what you see towards the area where the bear was is two glowing blue eyes. And they're moving in the shadow. And the eyes stand up to a height almost to the top of this cavern.
Did we just find?
And as the dust settles, what you begin to see is our character over here. The bear has changed
So you're a mechanical bear.
to a new form, a basic Beast Wars style transformer now stands before you. Moving, everything is still sliding into position, adjusting itself, all this stuff. So basically, our bear bat has been a Cybertronian this entire time. And they now stand before you, transformed, and
Then do I technically not get the wild shape into the bear?
well, you can wild shape into a bear.
I know, but well, you allowed me to wild shape into that bear.
We'll say it was a close enough approximation.
Okay.
As
All right, so
In the beginning.
does the bear does the character speak?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and as they're standing there, kind of wide open eyed, what would you like to say?
As he's doing all of this,
I'm searching for the deception.
I bring out my smoking pipe.
Okay,
I lied and like, well, ain't this a bucket of bitch?
all right. So what does the character say?
What? She looks a little confused. You know, kind of like trying to get her bearings. She's like, okay,
We sort of know.
where the hell am I? Just ask where the hell is she?
I don't know what town we're in, so you because I wasn't here for that.
I will explain the town. I'll tell them the town we're in and the quarry in the town we're in.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna explain where we're at, what's going on, catch that person up. Describe your voice as it's coming out.
Obviously, it sounds like it's mechanically created, but the mouth moves like a normal mouth would.
Being a fallen angel, I am not surprised in the least. But I am surprised one of you is on this
higher
planet,
pitch
but
than
not.
what you expect. It has a higher pitch than what
But
you
I am surprised that you are on this planet. Not surprised that there's something like you.
I don't remember how I got here, actually.
So as the dust continues to settle, you see past our new friend, which I don't even know what to call you at this point. Cybertronian, Bearbat. I don't know what
I
to
guess
call
I'll
you.
ask if he has a name.
If she has
She
it.
has a name. Sorry. The picture looked very manly.
It's the point. You Transformers are not that.
Yeah, they're
the
more.
sex thing
they're
is really a
androgynous.
major thing.
Nowadays they're they're curvy and shit. But back in like Beast Wars, it was more. Well, I guess they had that Spider Woman.
Yeah.
Either way,
Yeah.
either way,
Well,
we
she was
are.
meant to be a Black Widow.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
I'm looking for Optimus Prime.
shut up.
no. So
Wrong era.
So-
Wrong era.
Optimus
So-
fought dinosaurs, though. He did fight dinosaur transformers.
but it was Optimus Primal. It was not Optimus Prime.
in the new movies.
We're not doing it.
I didn't watch
I'm
it.
going off the 90s
I didn't
stuff.
watch it, so I don't know.
Anyway, so
My name is Ursula Major.
Ursula Major. There you
I'm
go.
gonna call it Ursula.
Basically, it's the constellation of the bear constellation.
Okay.
Ursula.
That
Ursula
works.
Major.
All right. So beyond the bear, in the opening that it has created, you see a landscape before you, glowing blue luminescence, bioluminescence coming from the walls, tendrils, lighted bulbs, colors like blue and green, and just emanating from the life beyond it, and large mushrooms as well. And they are all emanating this strange bluish, greenish color and just kind of pulsating with life. Roll. Everybody roll. Well, you're fine because you don't realize. All right. So actually, you roll a d20, and you guys roll a d20.
20.
14. 16.
Okay. So what's going to happen is the
Well,
12.
yeah.
Okay. Everyone is going to be looking like this after they've just seen this Cybertronian, and but we're going to say barebat just because it's easier. The barebat will turn and look into this area, and you realize that it is what you are looking for, which you are detecting energon, or the energy source that you have been sensing out. So this is what you were sensing, is this area of underground, or if you will, what did you? No, you're not here. What did you roll? 16. You really wouldn't know about the Underdark, but we'll say this is clearly a very Underdark vibe type situation.
And then she's like, "This cave is a lot more than meets the eye."
Oh God, I'm for it, bro. I'm for it.
It's time to.
What does everybody want to do now? You can leave. You can continue. You can do whatever you want to do. I would like a vote from the group that's there.
This leads to the Underdark.
It will lead to a section of Underdark. Yes.
Do you guys want to go get everyone from town before we go?
It's
There's
a
also another
land
component of
basically
this, too.
beyond, below Earth, like
Alchemical.
giant
So
creatures,
we are on an actual mission
giant mushrooms.
with a very
It's
limited
very crazy.
amount of rations.
4 or 5.
And if we
And none of them are with
abandon
you right
that
now.
mission to do this side thing, which is sort of a little on the ADD side of just like, oh, who cares about this? We're just going to go do this other thing. Then
Like, what are we going to
lose
gain
the
from going
ability
there?
to get this. It might be
Well,
one of those
as we
things where
see,
we
it's
say,
a futuristic
hey,
city.
let's come back to this
What?
later.
You said glowing. Sorry, I was
No,
thinking
no,
like
I'm just imagine Baldur's Gate 3 going into the Underdark, all the nice colors,
Bioluminescence.
bioluminescence.
I got you. I misunderstood.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
We can eat the explosive spores.
It's-
They give us some indigestion.
So if you've played the Baldur's Gate 3, it's the Underdark, but everything is definitely more blue tinted in this area.
I go small chance of success, high probability of dying. Fuck it, let's go.
Huzzah! I like that
I'm
answer.
gonna go back up.
You're gonna go back
I'm
up?
gonna go back. I was like,
That's
I
fine.
came here for the money.
That's fine. This is like this too. I'm too far underground for wings.
It's like I feel like my character's more of like I've had enough adventure.
That's fine.
Well, I mean, you can always fly, so you could theoretically scout and see what's around before you leave to see if it's actually worth doing. We could
There's
send
also
you
the
as a
fact
scout.
that if a giant rock lands on you with your hollow bones,
Yeah,
you're probably done.
That's fair.
yeah.
That's fair. So what is Shin doing?
Oh, I want my hyenas. But I also want to go into the Underdark.
And let everyone weigh this decision that waiting for you outside could possibly be a lot of angry dwarves.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is we're probably gonna have to fight our way out, or we can go down. Problem is, if we go down,
We're
got
gonna
no
still
food.
probably have to fight
You
our
can
way.
fly away, but the thing is, if you leave and there are angry dwarves and they identify it, they're gonna kick you out of this town or attack you because they'll think you made the cave. They can think you potentially made the cave.
Again, this
So-
is in the
How?
evening. No one really knows a cave-in is taking
Well-
place way outside of town.
But he did say that 2 guards were grabbing other guards.
He
Yeah,
did to the
but
dwarves.
They went
yeah.
like way around these twists and turns, so like they might have felt a slight earthquake, but they
Let's
don't know where it is.
yeah. Let's just say that there's only one known entrance and exit, and that's that gate that was being closed on you. So it was definitely noticed that there are now trespassers that should not be in there. It's definitely been noticed.
So there's definitely
I
guards.
mean, pretty much all the guards really saw is a bear running through town and a bunch of people chasing it. That's pretty much all they know, and they're like,
That's
"Those are
true.
these circus performers chasing a bear."
The beauty of it is Jerry is having a nice beer not there. So what do you two want to do? You want to fly back up or do you want to go?
I'm just gonna fly back up.
Okay.
Can I?
I'll take my chances.
If I look into the Underdark, can I see how big it is? Like, how much can I see of it?
You can see a large cavern, but it is as best as you can tell, it's just a cavern. Not necessarily what you would experience. No, like not necessarily like a days long adventure in the under. It's a large cavern.
Large guy.
Yeah.
I'll look at you and say, Won't you turn into something small like a bat or something and go find him? Let him know what's going on.
Or he can fly back.
What?
Well, he's a very large bird.
He's a large bird. I
Flying
can turn
through.
into a falcon and no one would notice.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I'm gonna try.
We assume you've seen a falcon before.
Well, if we go based off of Baldur's Gate and I just change into what they have, I can change into at least a raven.
Yeah.
So I will say raven to keep it with the theme of the game. So I'm gonna try to convince you two to wait and let me go back and get Elman. So that's what I'm calling because I forgot his name.
I like that, and what you can do, and again, this is up to you guys, but if he's already up there, you could actually...
Has the cave in stopped?
Yes, the cave-in is settled, everything is settled, so you guys
How
are good
bad
to
is
wait.
it?
I mean, it was enough to create, a chaos in that area, but the
What did
rest of the
dwarves
cave
use
sounds
it
okay.
for? They were just using it for stone, basically.
We don't.
Certain
don't know.
sections, yeah, you don't know what the other
Okay.
sections of the quarry or
So-
mine hold.
Since I'm gonna say to you two, it's a large cavern. Would you be willing to wait for me to fly back to Sid Town, grab the sorcerer? Ethel, I'm never gonna remember names. I'm awful with names.
I am too.
That's what I'm saying. That's
why
why I'm
I
calling you Elminster. But if you guys can wait for me to go grab
That's a very
him,
specific wizard.
Yeah.
well, Baldur's Gate has an old wizard
Yeah.
Yeah,
named Elminster.
he's very. Well, he would still be known.
Yeah, that's a big thing in D&D.
Yeah, they'd be like Elminster's in town.
I actually have, if you're ever interested.
Are you willing to wait?
I have
He's
Raven-
willing to wait for me to
Raven
come
Lock
back with
and, the
potential supplies, more people.
campaign.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
Mm.
So
Like if you
I
wanna
still
look
don't
at it
understand
or
why
whatever.
we're interested in this area.
because it's in the story.
Thank you, Jeremiah. But I mean, who knows what could be down there?
That's what I'm saying. That's what scares me.
I'm gonna use one of my
It's also
two
true.
wild shapes. I'm gonna turn into a raven.
Okay.
I'm gonna fly to town, grab him. I'm gonna grab
That's
the
what I-
horses,
that's
and I'm
what I
gonna
was
grab the
like,
hyena
Well, you're
and
not
load the
grabbing. You're not grabbing both horses.
You can't grab any of that
Oh.
because you have to. Well, here's the problem.
How are you gonna put it down?
Again, everyone saw that, so the gates will now be probably either closed behind you or manned.
Okay.
So we're
Then
facing an
because-
issue.
Okay, then what I'll do is I'll.
Do you
fly
have
in.
anything that could make you hard to detect? Invisibility.
Do you have
I can
like?
disguise myself,
Aren't you
and I also have
a wizard or a warlock or
I'm a
something?
warlock.
I
Yeah.
also
Do you have, like,
the
message?
ability to charm or to make guards go to sleep.
Okay.
I have a lot of tricks.
Yeah, we could.
I have
Yeah,
a lot of
so
tricks.
that's possible.
What I'll do
I'm
first.
formulating
No.
plans, but I've got to
Okay.
wait until after
Before
I get
before I wild shape and fly out, do either one of y'all have like a pen and paper?
Like in real life?
No, in the
In the
game.
game.
You,
Yes,
you
I
wouldn't
have
have
equivalent.
pen and
Okay.
paper. You'd
Then
have
I'm gonna ask you to.
Yeah, I was like, I don't.
Parchment.
explaining what's
You
going
have
on
quill
to
and
him
parchment.
because I can only wild shape twice a day.
Mm.
And
So
that
you're
way I
gonna
don't
stay
have
in
to-
Falcon.
That way I don't have to break
and,
wild shape.
and I'm assuming they would have a vial of ink if
Yeah.
they have a quill.
Yeah. Okay,
I'll go like.
jot that down. All right, so Jeremiah or
Or you write it-
Shin,
write it
I
in
need
your
you to
blood.
roll 3d20s.
Okay.
If I'm right, we took that many turns.
12.
Okay.
2.
And then in
10.
turn,
Okay. So you take all the correct turns, but you will take 3 damage from running into a wall at one point.
Okay.
So in your bird form,
So
whatever
I'm
your
gonna
bird has,
total
10
of 8
HP or something.
damage
Probably.
now.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
it's bird HP
Oh,
versus.
that's right. It's reset.
Now, but where do I take damage? Because ravens only come with like 1 HP, so I will technically be unwild shaped when I hit that wall.
As I'm sealing the scroll, I turn to where people can't see me. I will prick the vein so that because I'm a fallen angel, so my blood isn't exactly
Red.
red,
Oh, okay.
and I'm
I was
going
like, what
to
do
say
you-
I'm going to say it's kind of wax-like, so it's just like
Oh, what? You put a wax seal on it?
Yep.
Okay, that's fair. I was like, you right?
So I will, since I hit a wall,
Hector would be like, ew.
unless you're giving me more health than Baldur's Gate gives me, I only get 1 HP. So when I hit that wall, I come out of wild shape.
We'll say no. We'll say you're fine. We'll say you scraped it. I mean, you got a little confused on your way out. So you took the message.
So I have it. I wild shape. You tie the message to me.
You've made it out, and it's dark enough for them not to notice your small falcon form flying over the gate. Go
does
ahead.
he smell of sulfur when I hand him the thing?
I mean,
Yes.
if it's in your blood, then yes.
So you fly. You're not gonna wild shape. So you have to get into the tavern, which is. I mean, how do you want to do so?
Okay. Is he Still in the bar? Is he still in the tavern area? Or is he in the room?
He's in the tavern area.
So I am gambling and I'm using it to make friends because I'm trying to get people. You know, when people drink, their tongues get a little looser.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find out if anybody knows. Hey, we were trying to follow this drow. There's some questions that we would just like to ask. Does anyone know anything about?
Roll a d20 for perception.
Oh, so I can't get boots back out. Yeah,
8
Or, no, I can't.
and perception.
You're whatever you have, you're not going to notice what I was going to give you. So the guys at the table with you, 2 humans, both short hair. They look like they've told you they work there from time to time. It's a nice little living. They each have their own small house in town. Not a big deal. They just come to the tavern at nighttime because there's nothing else to do. So they do tell you that they heard mention of a drow, but as soon as you ask that word, as soon as you say drow, you can tell that they're a little bit uncomfortable about it. There's still this. They're just uncomfortable with you saying drow so loudly in the tavern. So they tell you that.
Most people don't like drows.
Yeah, most drows are unloved, especially with the rumors that have been going around about what happened at the tournament. So they have heard rumors that they're the same rumors that have happened in town. They don't know anything personally. Let's see here. Roll another d20 to see. They told you exactly what I sorted. They don't know anything personally. Would you like to pry further?
Anything could be useful. If you know someone who maybe saw something and you just heard, through the grapevine, I greatly appreciate it. And I'll buy a beer for anybody who can, give me more information.
Okay. So you, the 2 guys don't say anything, but you hear a thump, and from the bar, you see this dwarf walking towards you. Got light, really dark cloth and leather armor. Beard braided, pretty long, probably down just past the chest. Hood down, but you can tell it's a hooded outfit. Hair braided up the top, but it's blackish. You can't really tell in the firelight. There could be like a hint of even like raven colored hair to it. Just that dark purplish hair, braided up top, kind of like the Viking style braid. We'll say that. And he's got a mug. It's about half. It's full enough to slosh some out because that's what he's doing. And he basically slams it on the table. He's like, "I heard you were buying beers for information."
Hey, friend, how are you?
Well, business is good, and I'm here with a half-empty mug, and he drains it, and now it's all the way empty.
Well, I'll always buy a beer for a friend, and friends help each other out. What information do you have?
Well, I'm not from this town. I have seen a few things. I've heard a few things. What is it exactly you're looking for?
If you saw something, or you heard tell of a person who saw something, and you could just point me in that direction, I'd greatly appreciate it.
So you could tell, or go ahead and roll a d20 for perception again. So he's standing there, leaning on the table, kind of scratching his belly a little bit. Just wiping the beer from his beard. Drow.
I'm not with you.
I may have seen, maybe have seen something. What this information doesn't come cheap though.
What can I do for you, friend?
I'm just gonna fly in front of him and take the
Do you
ship
have anything of value?
Try to get the hyenas out.
Value is
Follow
very
them, shape
subjective.
so they can follow them. Either that or
Is there something
unwild
that you're
shape,
interested in?
uncommon and wild shape.
He kind of chuckles a little bit, and the you've kind of turned your attention to this dwarf, and the other guys are kind of they've got the message. They've moved on to refill their drinks at the bar, and he slides in to the seat, and he has a good chuckle. And
while he's since they moved over there, while he's talking, I'm just gonna grab the deck of cards and shuffle them up and start dealing them out, just like he sat down to play cards with me as a friend.
awesome. All right, so he slams his almost empty mug down. He's swaying a little bit. Value, that's that's funny. It is subjective. How about armor, weapons? What do you need? You need information. How about you give me information? There's a lot of rumors of what happened in town, in the town you came from Arlington. And as you've dealt the cards and he's picking them up, we could say we're playing like a Texas Hold'em style game. So we're betting.
We had the flop. And,
Yep.
I'll be like, I'm looking at my cards and I'm like, well, there was an assassination attempt in town, and I had temporary employment with the master of that town. And as a favor, we're going to try to find this person and at least get them to answer questions about why they would do such a thing, and possibly take them back to answer for their crimes if it's deemed that they did indeed commit the crimes.
As he takes the cards and he's looking at the flop, he exchanges some cards and the way you speak about capturing a drow assassin is so casual. This will probably test you more than anything you faced. He assumes he knows quite a bit about you. He sees obviously an old man in front of him. What of the siege? I've heard that it was lost, and some of his cronies, particularly two generals that accompanied him.
It seems you know quite a bit about the situation.
You can see the hands aren't shaking anymore. He's not wavering. He's not belching. I know a little bit. I am looking for the surviving one that he's still playing cards. Looking not lost. His general. What do you know about him? Not the one, not the Leonid. We obviously heard what happened to that cat.
Are you referring to someone who can throw fireballs?
And you can see he kind of grimaces. That would be the fucker.
Yes, I know very little about the bastard. He threw fireballs at me and my crew and then disappeared.
Well, that is not much help to me.
I will say this. After we capture the drow, our attention will be focused on Lost, including his general. And if you like, if you were to give me a way to get in touch with you, I could come back with either a message or possibly you could even join our party when we start hunting Lost and his crew down.
Join. I've worked alone for a long time. And you can see, he's as he crinkles up his, facial expression. You can see a little bit of crow's feet at the corner of the eye.
If you know, you know.
It was a string and a bob.
Okay, all right. I can tell you this. That's all I know of your current target. They are working together.
I suspected it.
All three of his enchantments.
That is all the intel I've gathered as far as the drow.
3 bitter blocks.
Don't worry about contacting me. I'll be around, and I'll find you when need be. He drains the cup.
I hold my arm up and say,
Okay.
Barkeep, get my friend here a beer.
Okay. And you guys finish. You continue to play until he, until the hand. Actually, roll a d20. Let's see who's going to win this hand.
I think virtual knowledge.
14.
Okay. You take the hand. He
And then I will
downs his second drink. He's clear as can be.
You get to draw a card.
See you around. And then he
And then I get to do
pulls his hood up and walks out of the tavern. At that point, you hear a and a small falcon flies into the door and finds you,
battlefield.
lands at your table, definitely startling some of the people around you. Drops something at your hands, and then reeking of sulfur, and flies out.
Oh, so he's not going to talk to
I'm gonna go get
He's
the
in
high
bird.
wolf. And I'm in the bird.
Well, you should talk to me because I had actually already. I had already thought of some stuff to say to you. So.
He's in bird form though. You don't have to speak with animals.
Why wouldn't he just change outside the tavern and walk
Because
in?
I plan on going to get the birds, or the hyenas, because I can only wild shape twice a day. So if I unchange the wild shape, then I have to wild shape to get out, which means I have to turn in probably to a bird, which means I can't wild shape in the cave.
The other one there.
Okay.
I'm going to hop on it and I'm going to go, yeah, and take off towards the gate.
Okay. So you're going to go towards the gate. They've left it open, but you can tell that there are a number of dwarves outside the warehouse, likely discussing the event. But the gate is still open at this point. You don't know what they're doing, what they could be planning. But you, again, they are startled as an older man on a horse bolts past them and into the quarry.
Well, I'm just going to, because I'm trying to do some mitigation as well. So I grab the horse's mane. Obviously, I'm riding bareback.
Obviously.
And I pull gently on it and go, whoa, bud, whoa.
Yeah.
Pat the horse and look down at the dwarves and say,
The horse transforms. No, I'm just kidding.
freaking me out, man. We got enough transformers.
Chris crushes Jerry while he's riding it.
And I said, I look down at the dwarves. I'm assuming there's like 2, 4.
We'll say there's about 4 or 5 of them, yeah.
And I say, how fare you, friends?
They're still dirty and they're obviously upset. As you come up and slow down, you hear them, discussing the situation. One of them looks up to you. He's balding. He's got two braids coming down from his chin, reddish hair. Well, we were good, and now we're kind of damn confused because apparently there's a wild animal, from what I hear, inside the mine.
Well, I received a message that my friends may be in danger. Could be from this ferocious bear. Maybe I can go down here, take a look, and hunt this bear down for you.
Hey, as far as I'm concerned, the boss isn't here. Have fun. We'll carry your body out in the morning. You look pretty feeble. Don't steal anything. Just piss off.
All right. I'll report back to you what I find.
And you hear him grumbling as you yaw away. So you're going down. So the issue here is roll 3 d20s. Do you have anything that could help you figure out the first couple turns?
Well,
Do you want to try to
I
look
would have
for?
given him directions.
Oh yeah, we could say that. We could say right, left, or what do we do? Right, left.
Right down.
Okay, right down. All right, so we'll say
Right, left, up, down, A, B, C. Yeah.
You get close enough to hear speaking. You hear a weird trilling voice, very mechanical. You hear a lot of questions back and forth. Well,
just
how
don't
did you
get-
be here? What are you doing?
What's so interesting? I get it. It's blue. Who gives a shit?
The Underdark has lots of
interesting things.
Valuable thing.
Yes.
And that
going
blue
to-
stuff isn't supposed to be here.
I'm going to break a stick off of one of the trees. I'm going to take.
Okay.
This is outside the cave.
It's Jerry. It's a straight. You don't have. There's no sticks. I will say you
Isn't
can.
there-
Find,
you said they're like trees and stuff
no,
around there?
it's
said there was
it's
like-
the gate and goes down the ramp
Right.
into said
But if
corridor.
you have turns, there has to be something
You're
blocking
in-
the turns off from each other. So I'm assuming
But it's
there's
not.
trees and
It's
stuff
not.
in
It's
the way.
in a mine. Why were there trees in a mine?
I don't know where they're digging. Why do you want
I mean, in the Underdark there are trees.
We're not in the Underdark yet, so there are no trees. It's just a mine.
Okay.
So you got like, I would say there'd be like wooden placards.
There's definitely like picks and
I'll take
wood.
a pick.
Sure.
I'll break it and I'll grab
Okay.
the stick. I'm gonna take some resin and put it on the tip.
Okay. I
I'll
see
take
where
out
you're
one of my gold coins.
Yeah.
In my pouch.
I thought I saw where you're going.
I'm going to cast continuous light on it and I'm gonna stick it on the
Oh,
stick.
okay.
And I'm making myself a mock flashlight.
Okay, I'm cool with it.
And
That's fine.
then I'm going to be shining my flashlight around, trying to, as I get towards that cave. And I have dark vision, but obviously it's 60 feet in dim light as normal light. But I figure with this, I should be able to see full color
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
So
So that's fine. So we'll say you made your way, you enter into the cavern and are immediately shocked at the, we'll say, 7.5, 8 foot tall mechanical bear bat beast that is now standing there.
if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I would have thought that maybe I was a little more intimidated than I thought.
Yeah, the beers were hitting a little harder during the poker
They
game.
warned me, but I didn't expect that.
This is
Yeah.
not what I was thinking.
All right,
Yeah,
so
get the hyenas to get there now.
so we got to address the hyena situation. So you got to get 2 feral hyenas also into the
well,
town.
when I'm an animal, I can speak to other animals.
That's fine.
And I look at him and I say, I was having a right good party of a time, so I really hope that
This is worth it.
this is going to be worth it.
I literally point to that and the cave and says, this already doing it for me. I don't know if that's going to do anything for you.
So
Where did this
we will.
mechanized thing come from?
Thing.
And where is that bear that we was following us?
I'm
around?
fairly
That is
certain
the bear.
that thing was the bear, number one.
Okay.
And number two,
I just wanted to hear it from your own mouth.
yeah, and plus,
Do you
and,
do you have your weapon yet? or
Not
no? Okay. Okay.
and plus, they kind of opened up a portion of the thing that leads to what I believe is the Underdark.
I guess introductions are in order, my friend.
Absolutely.
What? So you said, are you going with the name Ursa Major? Is that what we said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ursa.
So Ursa Major, Ector introduced you. You guys are having a conversation down there. Shin, we'll go back out to you and your hyenas. You're still in hawk form. You can speak to them. They easily get out of their bindings. You didn't tie them up that tight. What we're going to do is you're going to roll 2 D20s to see if they can scale the outer area of the quarry.
If it's okay, so they have to scale to get in.
So we'll say it's a wooden palisade that
Okay.
leads up to this rocky, craggy area with basically cragged wall type situation from Baldur's Gate 3.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we're
Have
gonna see
you
if
seen the bear animation climbing that thing? It's
I
stupid.
have not, but I bet
It's
it is.
so funny.
We'll
Okay.
probably see it at some point.
So male, 17.
Okay.
Female,
Yeah, it's not.
16.
Both of them make it. Okay.
They just
So
straight over. The
yeah, they're
fucking wall.
just and you can see their claws like at first as soon as they hit the wall, their claws dig in, and then they just push up and they just keep going. So you've made it over the wall, over the crag area without being seen, with your hyenas in hawk form. You lead them into the mine, and we're all in the cavern now.
Yeah, I'll take
You can transform back into human form or elf form, or you're going to stay in hawk form.
I'm gonna stay in.
I wouldn't. Dude, if something hits you, like a rock hits
if a
you,
rock,
in the,
if a
as
rock
a bird,
hits me,
you're...
I turn instantly into a human.
That's
elf
true.
again. I don't take my. Even if he deals 1,000 damage to me while I'm in wild shape form, I still come back with full health.
Right, but now you can't communicate with anybody, which is a problem.
Except the animals.
But I can dismiss wild shape at instant speed. Because my thought process is if I stay in this form, I can help scout ahead as well.
As soon as you three enter to the area,
I do have a question about that.
Yeah, what?
So, I know night vision works for elves and for infernals and stuff like that. When he is a falcon, does he lose his ability to see in the dark because he gains the abilities of the falcon? Or
I guess that would be.
I would say that you would lose the abilities to see as far. You could still see clearer than you would as a regular wood elf or a regular
instead of
person.
60 feet, I get like 30 feet.
Yes, we're gonna have to. Yeah, because your eyesight is still that much better, but it's very dark. So as soon as you three enter into the area, the hyenas, upon seeing this large bareback transformer, for lack of a better word, are definitely on hackles raised, teeth bared. They're definitely unsettled. So, do you want to roll animal handling?
There was more than meets the
Since I can speak to both of them,
Perfect.
I mean, I'm debating if I should try one.
I guess technically you can speak to them, so you can try to calm them down, but they see a very large, anomalous threat.
I'm going to speak to them and say that the thing you see before you is the bear that fought beside of us.
Okay.
So, male, I guess persuasion is a 17, female is a
Get
20.
some good rolls. Okay, so they immediately understand and hackles lower. They're cool. Everybody's cool. Now.
Alright, he told me in character just a second ago that the glowing blue veins, there's something about them.
Okay. So
my character has alchemy, so I can identify any substance that I've seen before. So I'm just going to take some scrapings of the stuff and see if it's something that I recognize.
never.
Okay, so
Never in all of your life.
So this is an other earthly type substance. Okay. I'm gonna use my sense magic to see if it's magical in nature.
Okay. You can sense a very strong aura of what seems like magic coming from the open area. It's unclear what it is, but it definitely gives off an aura of something.
The blue stuff feels magical.
Entire area.
I can smack somebody in the face before
No, does he tell us that he senses magic?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I can say I sense an aura upon this place.
Okay, so out of character, would you like to spend the time for me to peck your character in the head and take you to the bucket of ore I hid to investigate it, or do you think that'd be a waste of time?
I think that would be something we would want to do on our way back.
Well, the problem is I don't know if we're coming out, and if we come out, we may not come out the same way.
Well, again, from what you saw, it does appear to be a large cavern. So there may be a way out, but as far as you know at this moment,
Exactly.
one way in, one way out.
And this could be a wild goose chase.
Exactly.
But
Could just be a wonderful evening together.
Listen,
A wild Aarakocra show.
but on a hunch.
Okay.
So
And this will be in here.
Yeah.
my lever until I reveal it.
My character is going to say
In my hand and roughly bottom of my lever in there.
shin. This is just my own deduction, and maybe it's a little bit of the alcohol. But isn't it odd that the drow we were chasing abandons their cloak, and then we find a cavern? Maybe nothing, but it's possible that the drow could be hiding out down here.
I am going to dismiss wild shape,
Okay.
and I'm going to say pull out the cloak. And then I'm going to wild shape into the hyena,
Second one.
so that way me and can the female hyena did not pick up the scent. So I'm assuming she cannot resmell it for a better scent, or can she resmell it?
Well, I mean, if
That was
you're
the
coming
handle
out
of
of
the dagger.
if you're coming
This
out of
is a
wild
new
shape,
option.
if you're coming out of wild shape, you could just have one of them sniff it. You don't have to go back into wild
Okay,
shape.
then I won't wild shape. I'm gonna have both of the hyenas sniff the cloak to see if they can pick up the trail. So we have an 18 for the male, and the female has a 5.
Awesome. So
She cannot smell
She's
it.
just-
like something stuck in
She's
her
got a
sinus.
broken nose.
she's just
or
hanging out.
something.
So you notice, Shin, with your intuitive animal handling skills, that she does not react to the thing. You have noticed lately she is a little bit slower. She's not feeling. She doesn't appear to be feeling super. She's not herself. She's whimpering a little bit every now and then, and that kind of thing. So the male picks it up strongly, and he urges everyone towards the
Underdark.
towards the exit.
Okay.
That's a good sign that she's not down.
Okay, so then I'm gonna say to everybody, my hyena cannot sense the drow in the hole, and we are originally hunting the drow. Would we prefer to leave this cavern and maybe come back or never come back and continue hunting the drow? Or do we risk going down into the cavern and the drow potentially getting out of range for the hyena to track?
I have only entertained this idea. And this is in character. I've only entertained this idea out of kindness. I've been wanting to get the fuck out of here for the past 3 hours.
That is understandable. I will say, above character, you are not sure if they're just picking up the cart or the way you came in while you were holding it. As far as the scent marker, they just know that the scent, they can sense more of it out that way.
I guess I can't roll. I can't think of anything I can roll for to know. Besides an insight to see if they actually have a trail or not.
You just know that the scent they're picking
They
up.
pick up a scent.
Yeah.
Can I make a suggestion in character?
Yeah, of course.
We do have a good amount of people. We don't all. I understand that the Underdark is very dangerous, but if we're really interested in, dotting our I's and crossing our T's, it's not the best idea. Cross our T's. We can separate.
So the only
It's not the
again,
best idea, but I can't think of anything else.
Here is a suggestion out of character. If the only one of us that has, well, actually, he has the skills of a bat, doesn't he?
So work on 3 cards per turn.
she does.
Can I?
Okay, here's my suggestion. I was gonna suggest he transform into a bat and use echolocation to map out the perimeter of this Underdark section to see how large it was and whether it would take a really long time to explore or if it was something we could just look at quickly.
That's not a bad idea.
She could do that.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna turn to Ursa, and I'm gonna say I noticed when you were in your earlier form that you seem to have the ears of a bat.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you absorb the powers of the bat, or is that only on the surface?
I have the abilities.
Actually, do I play it or do I?
So as you're asking this, by the way, that her hand is on the wall and her back is to y'all as y'all are discussing what you want to do. Yes, the bears or the Ursula is looking into the opening, studying it.
May I ask that you perform a feat for us? That you could use your abilities as a bat to map out this cavern around us and just let us know how large of an area this is.
I'll give it a try.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a d20.
Transform back to bear bat.
No. You can do it from form. Yeah, it's an ability your character has.
18.
18, fantastic. So as you're
Plus my
stating,
advantages again.
yeah, so you're fine. As you're stating there, they hear a, but like it's like, and they only hear a very little bit of the actual resonance that is happening as you're echolocating throughout the cavern. You can see when you do so, you notice that some of the bioluminescence flares into brighter blues and then flares back down, almost as if it's following the wave as it goes, and probably quicker than you would imagine comes back. And Ursa goes on to describe that it's, again, a large cavern with numerous different areas, but it appears to be travelable, you know, as a day trip, if you will, above character. It's probably a day's worth of things to check out.
In character, do you sense any monsters or creatures that we would need to be wary of in this cave? Which I know goes back to you.
She replies with that there is life
orc's been here the whole
within
time.
the horse.
I said the
Oh yes, Greg Snatcher is
Yeah, I
with
was
us.
like,
Damn it.
what are you talking about?
I guess technically she got left behind.
She's in the tavern too. We'll say she's been at the tavern.
Wait, who are you talking?
Ursa. She's a female. The bear's a female.
Why are you talking for?
Because
Because
I had to
I'm
ask
describing
a
what
question
he-
that
yeah.
he rolled for that
Yeah.
only Garrett would know.
Oh, okay.
So I'm asking Ursa, but he is answering for Ursa
Okay.
because he doesn't actually.
She says there is much life.
I just remember what I had Leyline on the board in there.
That's what she said.
Supposed to be a really fucking
So she's still looking and studying and
I'm gonna
everything.
use my Eldritch Invocation to cast Detect Magic.
He already did. It just gives off a very.
sense magic and sense that there's a magical aura.
There's definitely an aura of some kind of energy or some kind of magic. You guys just aren't sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna start taking my empty potion bottles. And I'm gonna take scrapings of the blue stuff as we go along.
Okay, that sounds good.
Kind of stored up.
So you're on the wall. So have we? Go ahead.
I would say when he does that, it would look like electrical sparks. When he does that.
A little bit of electricity comes off as a little spark as it's chipping away and falling into your potion bottle.
Would I, if I touched it,
That's where I want to put a
would I sense anything celestial or whatnot about it?
Good question. You would not. You would not sense anything that you have felt before.
Okay.
Yeah.
You worthless angel.
So, are we
Say
entering?
this out loud in character.
No.
I was.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't know
Please
you were
don't.
looking for that.
Please don't. That. He'd be like, okay.
Well, remember, the bear likes me.
The last session.
You may have to fight a bear, 2 hyenas, and me.
The bear
In a-
likes me too.
in
She'll
one
probably
cavern.
just go whang.
The Aarakocra would just leave. He's just, I'm very done with
Just
it.
leave with the.
Okay.
He's like,
So
these people are fucking.
I need a clear answer as to who is entering the hole first.
All right. Well, I think in character, I'm gonna say
I like this.
so we know because it's sort of energon.
I would like to
We know
ask you
his
something
character's
before we go in.
Okay. I'm gonna say, well, it appears that it may take us up to a day to explore this area. Maybe we could take a look around, but it is a distraction, and it also may allow the drow an extra day to get away. So weigh that as we make our decision as to what we would do.
I mean, above character, a quick pop in, pop out trip, you know, whatever. You don't have to spend all day. You can walk in, look around,
Walk out.
see what you can find.
I'm gonna turn to Ursa and ask you, when you changed forms, you were confused on where you are. What drew you to this place?
Oh my god!
The what?
The blue crystal.
The blue
It's,
crystal.
It helps keeps me strong, and I haven't had it in quite a while. It seems like I think.
Okay. I'm personally hunting down a drow, and drows are a very uncommon sighting. So I believe this drow may be who I'm looking for or connected to who I am looking for, and I would like to hunt them down. Is there a way that we can harvest this stuff to hold on to for you to go, or do we need to make this day's travel down there to get you what you need before we leave?
The good idea, probably, definitely, like what he's doing with the potions. It's harvestable from inside that cavern. It is not. from inside your current location, because it was basically a wall, had this blue streak. He broke through the wall, or the bear broke through the wall. That's it. That's in your area.
Okay.
So there was enough for him to make scrapings. But that's
As
about
they're all discussing this, I'm just like,
Just walks in.
I'm going. Anyone want to come with? Just
Well, I think we need to our lovely pirate mistress should also
Yes.
get a vote.
Okay, so has been there the whole time, just hanging out in the back.
We're just pretending she was there.
She was with us when in time.
she probably left when you left.
Yeah, she followed. She seduced the guards into leaving her alone.
She let them rub the tusk.
She's made it in there, and
you're like,
she's
these are my tusks.
and you guys, she's there with you now. She's there with you now. She says, "I'm always up for adventure, and I had a sandwich in the bar, so let's fucking do this." And she's
I do this like
she's lined up behind
good
them too.
woman.
I have more interest in this cave than I have the drow anyway.
She's barely looked at y'all, barely.
Well, right now
But that's a good job.
That's a good job.
we are 3-3, and I will go with wherever the party would like to
We're
go.
gonna get fucking killed.
So between the two of you, make a decision, and I'll go along with whatever.
What's
you
it going to
guys
be,
decide.
Shin?
I mean, I want to keep the bar, and if we leave, we probably lose the bear.
Look, we'll go in. If any of you die, I am flying out.
Okay, then I will say, if we can do this within a day, I'm willing to go in.
I just keep looking over at it. It's like
Who's going in
0%
first?
flashing for help.
I would assume the person who went for the power source
So
would rush in before
I will
anyone
turn
else.
to bear form because I think one more
Does
natural
he-
native.
I know he has echolocation, bat, but does he also have night vision? Because bats actually see terribly. But I don't know how well bears see. in the
Turn
dark.
around.
echolocation she's using as an ability. She can register vision, so she can see. What I would
I'm
say,
asking is, I have this flashlight I'm
standards.
using. If
Yeah,
she's
it's-
going in first.
it's basically
They may be
lit
very low.
with bioluminescence. I
That's
mean, that's
even-
it's that much.
It's fairly easy to see.
Yes, you can see you can see into it. You can see paths that take different ways.
Nicely, and
Um,
with the sugar
Would you say this is like the light that you would have at twilight, or is this the light you would have
For a
in
regular
Guate?
Baja Blast.
Enter first. I would
professor was talking
prefer
about his
you
favorite
don't
subject.
do
okay.
bear form, and but you can do whatever you want.
Start talking across the.
It would fit better
It's like-
in bear form.
You would fit through the hole better in bear form. So you go back to bear bat form and walk through, and you walk in and you sniff and you sense something with your nose, with your senses. You keep walking. It doesn't seem, it's like you're trying to get it out of your nose, but you keep walking.
So then
You were
I
in
go
second.
Back, yeah, then I go back for the Robo Man.
And then you jump on the back of the bear and go,
Okay, so
No, I
a few feet inside, you transform back
Can I even see
into
in the?
your new form.
bioluminescence.
Hold on. So transform back into the form, and you're standing there looking up, and you run your fingers or your clawed fingers, your metal fingers, along a tree stump that again is basically covered in this mossy, bluish, bioluminescent moss, and it lights up as you touch it, and sparks jump from it to your hands. You have walked in. The ground is softer than you think it would be, but it's more like a soft grassy,
Like a moss.
Moss, yes, that you're walking on. As you walk, you are next. We'll say you go ahead and go in. Then Shin, and then Exor.
Can I do something real quick?
Yeah.
Can I look for tracks?
Inside. Yeah. There are none.
There are none.
There are none.
Can I look? Sure.
well,
Roll.
again,
There's none.
he made this entrance.
Yeah, so this is like it wouldn't be
So
somewhere
no one's
hanging
been
out.
through here before.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is a brand new entrance.
Right. So as you all enter it,
Punched through a hole.
I would say that you're enamored with everything going on. Shin, with your druid abilities,
Woo.
you begin to pick up something, kind of awry in the area, and you notice as everyone's walking around you, there's these little lights, little flecks just kind of come up from the ground as people walk, and these flecks continue to drift upwards, almost like dust. And you can see as now these little tiny fragments of light and dust are just kind of in the air, and everyone's kind of, your noses are itching a little bit.
When I notice it, I hold my breath.
You hold your breath. Okay.
So these are like lights, what are
Like
they?
they look like they're essentially looking like spores.
Yes.
So when I notice that, I'm gonna cover my nose and I'm gonna cover the hyena noses because I know they're more
I'm
sensitive.
gonna take a bandana.
Okay.
Well, did they notice it yet?
No. So you haven't noticed it. And what happens as soon as everyone is in, you notice it, you immediately hold your breath. Everyone else,
I see him do it, and I'm about to.
that's fine. We can do that. You're already inside, and you see him that he's noticed it. It's been happening since everyone walked in. So he notices it, as he's seeing them come up around everybody. So everyone but Shin hears in their head, imposters breaking in to my circle.
A 17 or 16.
How
indestructible.
dare you travel here?
Question.
I didn't want to be here in the first.
Due to my specific sphere of influence, is where I'm stepping withering at all?
I would say it is. It withers and then comes back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pissing the man off.
Man gets scared. He goes, "Weenie man away!"
So as you hear that, you could tell that the bioluminescence in the
There
area
has to be some character with logic.
changes.
You know?
The luminescence in the area changes for a second as you hear the voice from a blue to a deeper blue, almost purple, maybe with tinges of red in it. And as you're all standing there looking into this cavern, that's where we're going to end it for tonight.